Hi again. Here's my worm. I'm letting it dry a bit before I do the next phase. And the next phase is painting the negative shapes with a mixed neutral color. Okay. So what I want you to do is mix on your palette. Okay. Say complements. We have blue. Bring some blue over here. Come on, blue. And then some orange. They're complements, right? And you mix complements together, and hopefully you learned all this in your, whatever that class is, the Art 100. You mix complements together, you get, basically they neutralize each other, so the idea is that they don't look like one or the other. Now, they end up looking kind of like they're supposed to be gray, but they end up looking kind of like a brown. But you always add white to the two to create gray. And with watercolor, you add white through the white of the paper. That adds white to that mixture. And so what I'd like you to do is to start, well see, I have to wait to let that dry, that's going in there. But I'd like you to paint the negative spaces of your worm painting with mixed neutrals. So play around with blue and orange, yellow and purple, and green and red. Okay, and you don't want to have that happen. You know that looks cool. Let this dry before you do this. And then play around with I'd like you to play around with the color, the temperature of that gray that you create. So this is kind of a warmish, well, it's a pretty good neutral. It feels a little bit cool as I stare at it. So it's a little bit towards the blue. That means there's a little bit more blue added. If I add a little bit more orange, let's try that. So we'll take the orange here and add a little bit of blue, but not as much. And we'll try to make kind of a warmish gray. Okay. Yeah, you can see the difference right there. Right? That's a little bit warmer and that's a little bit cooler. So what I'd like you to do is play around with the warm and cool combinations in the negative and positive spaces of the worm composition you create. And they should be fairly flat. Painted flatly, meaning you're mixing on the palette so that you mix a color and you're not dropping color into it. It's just a color and it's nice and flat and consistent as compared to all these crazy things that are happening in the worm. That's when you're dropping and letting the paint mix. This is a little bit more of a controlled mixture. That's what I want you to play around with this composition. So warms and cools, a flat mixture. Oh, and also use your hot press paper, not your cold press paper. Let's play around with that today. Okay, thanks. Later.